Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Engine Bart Show. How is everyone doing out there? We're doing a little experiment. We're going to design a wave function generator. Yes. I'm making two videos out there. I'm curious if I got a musical intro and a non-musical intro. We're going to see which one has views, more views and more, so we should see how that pans out. So, let's go ahead and this is to kind of check out. This is the device that I'm going to use. You notice, look at the ports. We're going to use PA4. So, okay. All right, so this engineering manager says the waveform generator will have the user options to create these waveform functions. Okay, so we have the square wave. It should appear like that, something like that on the oscilloscope. We got the sine wave. Sine wave is from 0 to 3.3 volts. There's no negative, so consider that. There is a triangular wave that goes from 0, and there's a sawtooth wave, and there's an arbitrary wave with anything you want. Anything you try to be, as flexible as you can, but put some creativity in there. Okay, now devices we need to perform the job. I have the Nucleo L476RG or any other device that has digital analog features. If you want to use Arduino, hey, as long as it has the DAC in there, go for it. This is for anything. We got a USB cable. I'm going to show it to you. USB cable that connects to your computer. See that? That's what mine is. Okay. So I don't know what yours is, but it's going to connect to your computer, a PC or Mac machine, oscilloscope, breadboard. That's optional, but kind of helps a little bit. An M-board operating system. Okay, so on the console, this is what must be done. There must be a welcome wagon displayed on the console. I described that in one of my videos there. I'll put the link in the description. And in the description, we're going to, has to be user-friendly. The user should be able to pick 5 options. So like 1 for square wave, 2 for sine wave, and so on and so on. To get promoted, codes must be jerk resistant. What I mean by jerk resistant, well, sometimes, let's say, they'll give you an option to put 1 through 5. Well, what happens if the user puts 6? Or what happens if the user puts 0? So that's what I mean. It's you got to create. There is no try and catch. I know there's some. For all you code people, there's a try and a catch. You're going to have to use creative ways like the while loop and how to exit out of the while loop. So that's just a hint of how to basically do that. Okay. Or you could use an error message or something like that. Square wave features. The user must be able to put an amplitude of 0.5 volts to 3.3 volts. Not 0 volts, otherwise you don't see nothing. So that's why we said 0.5. You put 0, it's like, hey, there you go. Once again, and a period to be 1 milliseconds to 5 seconds. I just made that up, but go ahead and do that. Let's do the sawtooth wave. The sawtooth wave is an amplitude of 0.5 volts to 3.3 volts. The user should be able to put that in a function. So we discussed functions a little bit. We're going to discuss functions a bit more. They're very, they're quite useful. And the number of steps. More than one is nice. You want to get as many as you can, so nice smooth ramp like there. You see that smooth ramp, and then it drops. I'll put the link in the video. There is, I'll put it in the description, and that will help you out because there was a video on this. So go ahead and go back and read that. All right, next, triangular wave, same thing. We want it to be able to start 0.5 volts. Here's a peak, and then it basically there's a decline ramp right here of a slope. Okay, and we want the number of steps. So these are what the user should be able to put into the console. Okay, last is the arbitrary wave function. Arbitrary wave function can be sort of like a kind of like a little dome, I guess. It could be anything you want. It could be, it can't be. It could be whatever you want. It could be sort of a step wave, or it could be kind of, it could be kind of a cross between a ramp and a kind of like a little, maybe like a little diamond or something. I don't know. Okay, and thank you. To be continued. Let me know in the comments. And this is, I got it short and sweet. And I'll see you on the next Engineering Bart Show.